As the audience can see, the Western region has been experiencing a lot of rain in recent days. And at this time, if we have a chance to visit the fields in Triton, we will see that it is the season for rustic fruits, which are deeply embedded in everyone's memory. Now let's join Mekong Delta Life to explore this fruit season.
Triton is a district in the southwest of An Giang province, bordering Cambodia, with a transition terrain between mountains and plains. The geographical position and weather condition have created a poetic landscape and pleasant climate here. Right in the middle of the plains, you can admire the drifting clouds and the rustic beauty of the laborers on the vast fields, which is always an attraction, drawing tourists. Triton is also well known for its famous specialties, such as products made from Palmyra palm trees and fragrant and soft-textured Nanghan rice. Another specialty, though not common, is the ripe Java plum fruits. Only once a year, but the ripe Java plum season is always a unique image only found in the mountainous region of Triton. In May, the weather shifts from sunny to rainy. The early season rains start to get heavy, also the time when the Java plum fields here ripen. In Triton, the Java plum trees are concentrated in the two communes of Nui To and Ko To. The estimated number of Java plum trees on this area is around 5,000, with many years of age and cherished, preserved by the local residents. Each year, the Java plum tree blooms around mid-March and yields a harvest stretching from April to June, according to the lunar calendar. The Java plum tree flowers and then forms the fruits in clusters. When young, the fruits are green, turning red as they ripen. When ripe, it has a dark purple color. The tree starts to bear fruit after about 7 years. The older the tree, the wider the canopy, the more abundant the fruit, and the more intensely sweet the taste. This rustic local fruit is tied to the memories of many people. Now the Java plum fruit is sought after by many, from the countryside to the city. That simple rural charm adds color to the life rhythm of the Triton's residents. During the Java plum harvest season, many traders come to wait for purchasing. From here, the fruits are transported and sold at various big and small markets within the province. The ripe, juicy Java plum fruits are still transported by delivery trucks and can be found throughout the provinces of the Western South region.
During the season of Java plum fruits, the hustle and bustle of buying and selling is a characteristic scene like this. How many years have you been in the buying and selling business, Mrs. Lan?
It's been over 30, almost 40 years already.
Let's take a little break. What do you usually do on a normal day?
Normally, I do buying and selling at home. A few years ago, during the peanut season, I went to buy peanuts in Olam, Luang Phi, Bachuk, and Lac Khoi.
How come after so many years you are still attached to this season, Mrs. Lan?
When my dad used to go buy and sell, he took me along when I was little. Then he stopped doing. So I took over and have been doing it ever since.
So how do you feel whenever it's Java plum season?
Going out is something I'm used to. Staying at home is boring. I have to go out.
But how long does the jam season last, Mrs. Lan?
Every time the Java plum season starts, it's usually around the 15th of the second lunar month, and we buy them until the 6th lunar month.
But here do you only have this type of purple color or what?
Now there's only one kind like this. Previously there was white Java plum, which was whitish pink in color and tasted even sweeter than sugar.
So there are two types of Java plum trees in Triton, dear viewers. Until now, I only thought there was one type that has black fruit when ripen.
The rain drizzles steadily. The Java plum tree bears the fruits. The girl has charm. The coin has a hole. That rhyming verse seems to affirm the value of a tree with a strong natural vitality, living in high arid areas. But the trees still stand firm, grow, and develop well. Interestingly, the Java plum tree grows naturally. without anyone planting or taking care of it. Even so, every year the tree regularly bears the fruits, so people liken it to a gift from the heavens. When the weather is favorable, the trees bear a lot of fruit. When the weather changes, the trees have fewer flowers and fewer fruits. It seems that the residents here missed the Java plum season that year, but are now hoping for a bountiful harvest next season.
One notable feature of these vast fields is that the rows of Java plum trees often serve as boundary markers to distinguish between the landowners of different farming households. And now the farmers in Triton have started the trend of growing Java plum trees. This is because the trees increasingly show its effectiveness when the Java plum season arrives.
The Java plum tree grows naturally at the foot of the mountain, on the edge of the rice fields, and lines the provincial roads. The community agreed amongst themselves that the Java plum trees in each person's garden belong to that person. Especially for those who don't harvest the fruits themselves, they rent out the trees for others to pick and sell the fruits. According to local people's experience, the Java plum season depends heavily on the weather. If the sunlight is too strong, the fruits will be small, but with plenty of rain, the fruits will be large. Especially, the greener the Java plum leaves, the thicker the flesh, and sweeter the ripe Java plum fruit. Next to the Java plum fields, people mainly grow Nang Hen rice, mostly relying on rainwater, so they usually only have one rice crop per year. Therefore, the season when the Java plum fruits ripen is eagerly awaited by many residents. Although it does not require much care, picking the fruits is quite arduous and painstaking. To harvest ripe Java plum fruits without bruising, the picker must climb tall trees and pick them by hand. For the Java plum fruits, you must pick each one carefully, only choosing the large, ripe ones and leaving the unripe ones for the next harvest, as unripe ones can't be eaten. This requires the Java plum picker to be meticulous, careful, and not rush the process. Since it requires a lot of time, the harvest day must be chosen on a good sunny day. If it rains, the ripe, water-laden Java plum fruits can easily get bruised and can't be sold. Families with many Java plum trees in large yields have traders come directly to their gardens to negotiate purchase prices and make advance deposits, calculating the best harvest times to ensure good income.
I'll help you, Uncle. The fruit here is so big, Uncle. So should we pour it into this bag to sort it, Uncle? Let me introduce to the audience, this is Mrs. Fawn and Mr. Ken, some of the most experienced Java plum pickers here. Behind me is the ancient Java plum tree, one of the old Java plum trees in the Triton area. Dear audience, how is the income from this tree each year, Mrs. Fawn?
This year there are many fruit.
For some reason with the weather, years with many flowers have many fruits, and years with few flowers have few fruits.
Does it depend on whether it rains early or late in the year?
Late rain is good. Early rain causes it to crack and rot.
How many kilograms do you pick in a day, ma'am?
About 30 or more, because it's just me and him.
This plum season, it's a time of surplus income, right?
Medicine, then attending weddings.
The money for weddings comes from the Java plum trees. The money for charitable deeds also comes from the Java plum trees.
About 10 million for this tree. We've sold about 10 million so far.
Recently, you've already sold over 10 million worth, right?
People want to buy them to use as ornamental plants, but I don't sell them. I keep them for use. When we don't have money, we'll do other jobs.
So, no matter how high the price offered, you won't sell?
Not for sale.
The season of ripe Java plums coincides with the tourism season in the Seven Mountains region. Therefore, whenever the Java plum fruit is harvested, it sells immediately. This simple countryside gift has won the hearts of faraway guests, spreading to many places. These days, along the road through Nui To Commune, visitors can easily see baskets of the Java plum fruits from the locals placed along the roadside for sale to customers, creating a unique rhythm of life for the mountainous Tri-Tone region.
This is sold by the local people on the roadside like this. When everything is sold out, someone from the house will pick more and bring it out for us, dear audience. You're selling by the roadside like this. So how much is the price per kilogram?
50,000.
50,000, right? so it's more higher than when you sell it directly on the field. On average, how many kilos do you sell per day?
On a good day, I sell 20 kilograms. On a bad day, 15 kilograms.
This season is the tourist season, so do you sell more Java plums?
It's okay.
Feeling better? So in the Java plum season, does your income get higher than in other seasons of the year?
Yes.
But for visitors from far away, the image of women selling by the roadside like this is a very typical sight during the Java plum season in Triton, at the foot of Toe Mountain. Sister, I hope you sell well. Thank you.
The Java plum is a fruit that is difficult to preserve. It can only be kept for 1 or 2 days before it becomes inedible. During the peak season, when the Java plums can't be sold quickly enough, people have even come up with the idea of using them to make fruit-infused liquor. Gradually, the Java plum wine has become a signature flavor of the local people here.
In my hometown, I have these Java plum trees, inherited from our ancestors, so we cherish them. This is because they bear the fruits only once a year, and the fruit is valuable. Most people here have a bottle of the Java plum wine to drink, because my hometown is a place for the Java plums, but there's no Java plum wine to drink. It feels a bit lacking. Usually, people only harvest at the end of the season.
In this region, almost every house has a bottle of the Java plum wine ready to serve guests.
After bringing them home, people sort through them. Once sorted, they're put into jars of liquor. Some people infuse just the Java plum fruits alone, while others fill the jar halfway with the fruits and then add rock sugar, just a little bit of rock sugar. If you add too much, it will be a bit bitter. Usually, we let it sit for about half a month or a month before it can be used. As for the Java plum wine, we can keep adding more alcohol and drink it year-round, but the flavor changes over time. For example, if I pour the first batch of wine now, it will have the flavor of Java plum flesh, and it will be sweet. The next few rounds have a slight acridness from the Java plum seeds, but the color also changes with each round that I pour the liquor in. The first batch had a red color, like wine from grapes. The other batches were a bit brownish, darker.
Local products are now being elevated in value by the creative startup ideas of young people in their own hometowns. It has become a unique tourism product exclusive to Triton.
Currently, there are ideas to develop some products from the Java plum tree, such as Java plum wine and Java plum essence, or products like candy and jam from Java plums are also being researched. Regarding the Java plum wine, I currently have products available on the market. I think our next promising product will be the Java plum essence. We need to separate the flesh from the seeds. The seeds of the Java plum are characteristically very acrid. We need to find a way to isolate the acrid taste, keeping only the sweet and sour flavors typical of the Java plum fruit. This will make it more appealing to consumers.
The seasons when the Java plum trees are heavily laden with the ripe fruits are opening up many opportunities for this native species of the Triton mountainous region.
In previous years, the buying and selling of Java plum trees to nursery owners happened a lot. But in the last 1 or 2 years, we've been educating and encouraging the Khmer people. First, we work with nursery owners. Second, we work with the owners of pull carts, prohibiting them from transporting these Java plum trees out of the area. This also helps reduce the issue of trading the Java plum trees, to maintain and develop the Java plum trees in the near future. Over the past few years, the Agricultural Division has collaborated with the district forest rangers to propagate seedlings. For example, in 2021, over 1,000 trees were given to the Khmer people in 2 communes, Kotu and Nuitu. And in 2022, the Forest Rangers has also nurtured over 2,000 trees, continuing to provide them to the people for planting in the rainy season of 2022.
Along with maintenance and conservation efforts, the local agricultural sector plans to develop the Java plum trees. See this as a long-term and sustainable direction to increase the value of this type of tree.
This Java plum tree is associated with the Khmer culture. To develop the tree, we will improve the quality of the fruit, providing technical guidance to the local people. Then we will create OCOP product brands. We'll also include the district's tourist attractions. Triton is currently thriving in tourism, which helps the Khmer community improve their economy in the near future.
Once a year, the ripe Java plum season is eagerly awaited by the people, like a gift from Mother Nature. For many people, the Java plum season has brought back many childhood memories. Enjoy the unique aroma, blended with the sour, acrid, and sweet taste of the Java plum fruit. There's always an extraordinary attraction. Anyone who has eaten it will remember, and anyone who tries it for the first time will also have an unforgettable impression. The natural trees have been part of the lives of mountain residents for generations. The Java plum trees also serve as boundaries and provide shade for farmers working in the midday summer sun. The season of ripe Java plum fruit has always left a beautiful impression on visitors from afar.
As the audience can see, next to the Java plum trees are the diligent farmers working on their land. A simple, yet always captivating beauty. Hopefully, this will be a highlight to attract our audience to Triton. And with that, Mekong Delta Life would like to say goodbye. See you in the next episode.